You may not have heard of Coreper, but it's an important body at the heart of EU policy making. Coreper stands for the Committtee of the Permanent Representatives of the 28 governments that make up the European Union. It prepares the work that allows Europe's ministers and leaders to take important policy decisions that impact on the lives of Europe's 500 million citizens. Coreper is made up of the permanent representatives, ambassadors, and their deputies from the member states. They help ensure that national concerns are taken into account in European policy making. Formally, they meet in Brussels once a week, but in reality the representatives talk to each other every day. Their sessions are held in two formats: Coreper 2, composed of the permanent representatives, and Coreper 1, made up of their deputies. Together, these two formats cover all the different EU policy areas. Their job is to prepare the meetings of the Council of the European Union. The Council is the body where the ministers discuss, debate and decide EU policy on topics ranging from fisheries to safety legislation, from the banking union to trade. Decision-making is left to ministers, but Coreper plays an important role in preparing the choices for them. Through its work, Coreper identifies areas of agreement and disagreement between different national positions. It tries to find ways for differences to be resolved and clarifies the choices for ministers ahead of their meetings. Coreper is also tasked with implementing ministers' and leaders' instructions. Work often begins weeks or months before the Council meeting. Discussion is based on the preliminary efforts of more than 150 working groups and committees. Throughout its work, Coreper members are in constant contact with their national governments in their capitals. Quite often, all this careful preparation leads to an outcome that is generally agreed. In these cases, discussion agreed in Coreper can become a so-called A item on the Council agenda. That means it's passed to ministers for decision without further debate, unless a country specifically requests one. Sometimes Coreper cannot reach agreement because more technical work is required. In this case, it can send the issue back to the experts in the working parties. For many issues, however, reaching an agreement requires ministers to make choices and give political input. These issues are sent by Coreper as so-called B items on the Council agenda for discussion at ministerial level. So that, in a nutshell, is Coreper. For more information, take a look at the Council's website.